The battle over women's reproductive rights is taking center stage at tonight's debate. And today, just over 2 years after overturning Roe versus Wade, the Supreme Court cleared the way for Idaho hospitals to provide emergency abortions, at least for now. CBS's Jan Crawford is at the Supreme Court.
A day after a draft opinion became public, the Supreme Court made it official, ruling that emergency abortions when a woman's health is at risk could resume in Idaho, at least for the time being. An unusual coalition of conservative and liberal justices joined to dismiss the case and let it play out in lower courts. Idaho is one of 6 states with restrictive laws that do not include any exceptions for a woman's health beyond saving her life, and Idaho doctors can be charged with a felony if they violate it. Since the law was enacted 2 years ago, 1/5 of the state's practicing obstetricians have left Idaho.
To have our kind of flip-flopping of how we practice is very hard for us, and I want to make it very clear. This doesn't mean, oh, you're going to get fined if you do this or that. It's 5 years in prison.
The Biden administration had sued Idaho to expand access, pointing to a federal law requiring hospitals to provide stabilizing care in health emergencies, care that could include abortion. Also today, the justices threw out a multi-billion-dollar bankruptcy settlement with the manufacturer of OxyContin that would have provided $6 billion for treatment and programs to combat the opioid crisis, including $750 million to victims and their families, in exchange for shielding members of the Sackler family from future lawsuits.
They need to be held accountable.
Ellen Isaacs, whose son died of an overdose, said the deal left the Sacklers off the hook.
Give me the ability to get a jury by trial of my peers.
She may now get that day in court after the 5-4 decision that saw conservatives and liberal Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson joining to reject the plan shielding the Sacklers.
Now, the court will release more opinions tomorrow and again next week as it looks to wrap up its session before the 4th of July holiday. We are, of course, still waiting on those 2 major cases involving former President Trump, whether he can be prosecuted for his actions around January 6th, and if so, for what? Norah?
Very important. Jan Crawford, thank you so much.